Okay, and we are live. Let me bring it a little bit closer. It's so dark for some reason. Okay, that's good. All right, greetings everyone and good evening. Greetings over here on Facebook. Greetings over here on Periscope. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that you share with your friends, share with your followers, and welcome to the replay viewers. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Dr. Michelle Clay. I am speaker, Amazon #1 best-selling author, doctor of osteopathic medicine, certified holistic health counselor, and clinical nutritionist, making me your holistic physician who specializes in the release of stress simply and naturally, especially for my burnt out business people and overwhelmed overachievers through my coaching programs, blogs, speaking engagements, and live streams just like this one. I help you find your place of healthy, happy harmony so that you can live your free life on purpose and with passion. To begin your journey of living a healthier, happier life in harmony, then my gift to you is culinary cures for cleansing and calm. And to receive that, then go to bit.ly/culinary cures. For you on Periscope, it is in the description box. For you on Facebook, it is over here on the screen. So let's go ahead and get started. So today is November 1st, and in some religious traditions, especially if you are Catholic, it is All Saints Day. So today's wellness wisdom pearl is the legacy of wellness. So let's break that down exactly what I mean by that. So, like I was saying, today is All Saints Day, November 1st. And so it's a day of honoring those who went before us, who may be known saints or some unknown saints, but have made intercession, have helped you in our lives. All of us have a loved one who has preceded us in death. And oftentimes when things come up in your life, you think of, let's say, your grandfather, your grandmother, or maybe even if you have a parent that's already transitioned, you think of them as your angel. I know my mother has already transitioned. Today's the first, it'll be 11 days. In 11 days, it will be 10 years since my mother transitioned and passed away. And I often feel that she is like an angel to me, that, she offers protection. That's just my spiritual belief. You may have something else. And so when honoring those who have already gone before us, then there's a couple of things we want to thinking about the legacy of wellness. So my mother passed away from breast cancer. We just ended Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So it's important whenever you go to the doctor, you think about the types of illnesses that run in your family. Thank you so much for joining me. You think about the types of illnesses that run in your family and what you can do to prevent those. So for me, for example, my mother having breast cancer, it's important that I get my yearly mammograms. It's important that I do self-breast examination. It's important that I do things for my wellness to help prevent that, such as keeping my immune system strong, such as keeping my diet high in healthy fats like real olive oil. And I talked about that in a previous broadcast, and avocados and things like that, a diet high in antioxidants. For instance, if you have a family member who has experienced colon cancer, then it's important that you adhere to the recommendations for early detection of colon cancer. It's also important that you do things, keep your diet high in fiber, drinking plenty of water to prevent constipation. So that's a legacy of wellness, talking about our physical wellness. And there are different types of fiber that do have different roles in your digestive tract. You have to stay tuned for later broadcasts or programming to find out those specifics. But also, wellness is not just the absence of disease. Oftentimes, when we think of health and wellness, we are thinking about our physical health. If we have any symptoms, colds, flu, cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, asthma, things like that. But wellness is balance and harmony in all dimensions of wellness. If you have a sense of well-being physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So, talking about a legacy of wellness, for those who've gone on before us, what traits in your family are those that help you achieve success? Whether it's success in business, whether it's success in education. So, for instance, those of you who are from a family of business people and you are a living legacy to carry on a family business, that's a legacy of wellness. In that, you can have financial freedom. If not financial freedom, you at least can have time freedom. A legacy of wellness. For instance, my grandmother, who has gone on just a couple of years ago at the age of 103, a couple of things that she was adamant, making sure that I learned to carry on the tradition, was crochet, how to make her homemade rolls, because people drive for miles around and fall out over her rolls, and she wanted to make sure that I knew how to make her pie crust. Now, my uncle also knows how to make that, but her pie crust was so buttery, light, and flaky. She wanted to make sure that I could carry on that tradition, to pass that on. That's a legacy of wellness. And why is that? With that particular legacy of wellness, the rolls are made with white flour and things that are traditionally not thought of as being good for our physical wellness. But the love and the soul and the energy that's put into those when they're being made, that's a legacy of wellness. Being able to crochet and make something to comfort someone when they're sick, or to warm them when they are cold, or just a reminder of the time and energy someone took out for them in creating this special masterpiece, one of a kind, exclusive masterpiece that no one else has, and it is especially for them. That's a legacy of wellness. So, what legacy of wellness can you carry on in your family? Is it being extra kind to people? Is it being patient? Is it having an open mind and open heart? Is it providing a place for people who are cold, hungry, or just in between? All of us may have a family member or two who's going through transitions in life. And one of the legacies that I can carry on from my mother, her house was the respite house. For any family member that may be going through a divorce, or just coming out of school and is waiting to find a job, but they don't want to go back to their parents' house, Aunt Sue's house was the respite house. That was where you could rest without judgment, where you could get a meal without questions, where you could just get your mind together. It was the respite house. That's a legacy of wellness. The legacy of wellness. Maybe you come from a family that have a lot of people that live to 100 years old. What are their secrets? That's the legacy of wellness that you can carry on. So, as a quick recap, in honor of All Saints Day, today's wellness wisdom pearl with Dr. Michelle Clay is a legacy of wellness. Legacy of wellness, making sure that you get your different tests, such as colonoscopies on time, such as mammograms on time, having your yearly physical exams, knowing the chronic illnesses that run in your family, you making up your mind and deciding that was in the past, but the buck stops here. I'm going to do what is necessary to take care of myself and not just live long, but live abundantly and with vibrancy. Your legacy of wellness. What are the traditions, different traits in your family? Maybe it's being kind, maybe it's longevity, maybe it's family business, maybe it's good in math, maybe it's good in education. What's your legacy of wellness that you can carry on? And then the legacy of wellness, there's some things that need to be put to rest as well. Maybe there's an area in your family's line, a particular trait that is not very complimentary and is not productive. Maybe the buck needs to stop with you right there. Maybe, I know in some families, for instance, the female children are treated differently than the male children. Maybe your legacy of wellness is that you're going to create the balance in your family so that the female children feel honored and the male children feel equally honored. So legacy of wellness. So to begin today, a couple of things I want you to do. Number one, just take a moment, stop, reflect on what are the illnesses that run in your family that you want to prevent in yourself and not carry on to your children and your children's children. What are the traits in your family that need to be elevated, celebrated, and continued? I want you to take it higher and continue that legacy of wellness. And I want you to be the best that you can be. Living a free life of stress, strain, anxiety, burnout, overwhelm, and sometimes just plain confusion because you cannot see your way out. And for that, 7 culinary cures for cleansing and calm at bit.ly forward slash culinary cures. My gift to you, just a little jump start to help you to continue or maybe even activate your legacy of wellness. So that's today's Wellness Wisdom Pearl with Dr. Michelle Clay. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing. And I will be back same time, same place on Monday for Monday Mindset Monday with Dr. Michelle Clay. Same time, same place. So thank you so much for joining me. In the meantime, Culinary Cures for Cleansing and Calm, bit.ly forward slash culinary cures to help you begin or continue your legacy of wellness. So be well, do something well for yourself, and everyone have a positive and restful evening. Good night. I need to get that camera because